And thanks for tuning into The FATT Show. I'm Dee.
And I'm Gina.
The FATT Show is football all the time. We talk NFL, college football, and even high school ball. And today you see that Gina's here. She's our Eugene correspondent slash journalist. And she spent last weekend at Saturday Night Live, which is the recruiting event that Coach Willie Taggart and the Oregon Ducks put on. They've got 28 scholarships available. 22 have been filled with verbal commits.
Right.
13 of those are 4 stars. 9 are 3 stars. And that has kind of propelled them into the #1 ranking according to Scout Recruiting for 2018.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, very phenomenal. It doesn't happen very often for Oregon.
Right.
You've got teams like Alabama and Texas and these others that typically have the #1 recruiting class. So a lot can change between now and the time that signing day comes around, but currently they're #1 ranked. And talking about where they've all come from.
Right.
We've got commits from California.
Yeah, 6
of
from
them.
California, 4 from Florida.
Oregon, that pipeline,
exactly.
following, I think, Willie Taggart in a way. You've got a couple from Texas. We've talked about the pipelines, the different pipelines coming through, Texas being one, and Florida, and then, of course, California. But you've got sprinkled throughout the country, picking up different recruits from different states. You've got Colorado, you've got Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Washington.
And we have 4 from Oregon.
Yeah, 4 from Oregon, and now that's really important, having keeping the in-state
Exactly.
recruits.
And I think that, Willie Taggart has a great philosophy on that. Building a fence around Oregon. I think that's so important to keep the recruits, the Oregon recruits home. So, I really like that philosophy.
Which is really important. We're going to get to some of the recruits here, especially, some of the ones that haven't committed yet.
Right.
They haven't gone through the whole entire process yet. And so, the Ducks still have some excitement for their recruiting class 2018. Obviously, 6 recruits available
which
to
isn't
fill.
very many.
Not very many, but there's some that they're going to be targeting. But let's talk a little bit about some of the recruits that they have coming in for 2018. Now, Justin Johnson he committed on July 31st. Now, July 29th was Saturday Night Live. And he is a 3-star offensive tackle. He's 6'7", 355 pounds.
Wow. Yeah, that's great. He's going to be a great offensive tackle.
For sure. And you need that protection. You got, you need big, beefy guys there, and he's tall too. So of course, being able to have that arm length to kind of keep the defenders away.
Exactly. Protect the quarterback for sure.
And he's out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, out of Newman Goretti High School. He's ranked 38th overall nationally and #1. The #1 offensive tackle in the state of Pennsylvania.
That's great.
He's also has several offers from other schools, obviously. BYU, you got Michigan State, Texas Tech, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. What do you think about Justin Johnson?
I think that his size is really going to be an advantage. I think that it's great that he's, a 3-star offensive tackle. He will do great for the Ducks up front.
Yeah, and having, obviously, you've got Justin Herbert back there, and being able to protect him. And now, of course, this is 2018, so we'll see what happens between now and then. But Justin Herbert's he's going to be a sophomore. So by the time Justin Johnson comes around, he's going to be a junior.
Yes.
But it's going to be really, now, what's interesting about offensive tackles, we talk about offensive tackles, all 5 offensive tackles last year for the Ducks were freshmen.
Yes, it'll be a seasoned group when he comes in.
And so by the time he comes in, of course, they're going to be juniors also. So this is going to be a really key addition. He might not, he's got the size, obviously, to start, but by that time, you'll have seasoned veterans there. He probably will be coming off the bench at that time. But if he's good enough and he works on the next couple of years, he might be able to crack the starting lineup there.
Well, and if he, does come in and sits, at least he's getting that experience. He's learning from veteran players that are up front, so that when he is ready to play, he will be ready. He will know the ins and outs. So I think that's great.
So another recruit, this is Andrew Johnson. So we just talked about Justin Johnson.
Yes.
So this is Andrew Johnson, who committed on August 1st, just a couple of days ago. He's a scout 3-star outside linebacker. He's 6'2", 222 pounds from Tifton, Georgia.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, all the way from
the way
Georgia,
from
Tift
Georgia.
County. High school there, ranked 27 nationally, and the number 6 overall in the state of Oregon. The outside linebacker ranked number 6. Several offers.
Yes, I mean Alabama and Auburn.
Yeah, so you got the SEC in there. You got Florida State. You got the ACC represented. You got Georgia, Ole Miss, Tennessee, West Virginia, and most likely offers to come. So
Right.
Andrew Johnson, a 3-star outside linebacker, and that obviously just a great. Now we've talked about defense,
Right.
needing to bolster that defense from the terrible performance that they turned in
Yes.
last year.
Definitely.
Okay. So Gina, let's talk a little bit about the recruits going forward here. We've got some that we want to highlight. Now they're targeting several of these players. Chase Cota has not committed yet.
Right.
He's a 2018 recruit. He's a 4-star wide receiver from South Medford. Now, of course, we talked about keeping
Right.
the
fence
in-state,
around.
the fence around the in-state guys. Chase Cota, his dad played in the NFL. He played for Oregon.
Right. Yes.
So this would be a really great get for them.
It would be a great get.
Elijah Winston, of course, a 4-star outside linebacker from Portland, Oregon. Again, building that fence. That's a 2018 recruit, and he has not committed yet. And then several that we want to talk about, and of course, the ones that we're going to mention now all are at Sheldon High School
Yes.
in Eugene.
In Eugene.
Yeah, which is interesting because you've got highly ranked players, and these are 2019 recruits. Michael Johnson Jr., coach's son.
Coach's son.
He's a 2019 recruit, 4-star quarterback,
Right.
which is interesting
It
because
is.
2019 in 2 years.
Right.
For the next couple of years, it looks like quarterback is pretty well set for the Ducks.
Right. Yes, I think so. I think Justin Herbert. We kind of talked about that, how he stepped up. I think that he will probably be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, and Braxton Burmeister is on his heels
He
there.
is.
Yeah, a highly rated quarterback in his own right. And then, of course, we've got Patrick Herbert. Now, Patrick is the little brother
Right.
to Justin. And he is a 4-star tight end.
Right.
Also plays
Another
at Sheldon.
2019 recruit.
Yep, 2019 recruit. And again, in a year, hopefully being able to play for and with your brother, play for the Ducks, that would be fantastic to see.
It would be great. It would be very cool to see Justin throwing the ball to Patrick.
Yeah.
I mean, it would just be a really cool experience for them, I'm sure.
I'm sure. And then Raymond Woody III, we got a 3-star athlete from Eugene here, 2019 recruit, son of a coach at Oregon.
Yep, son of a coach.
Again, plays for Sheldon.
Exactly.
Looks like Sheldon's going to be stacked this year.
I think they're going to be stacked. I think they're going to win
I think
it all.
they'll probably run away with it for sure. And then 2020 recruit, Willie Taggart Jr., son of the head coach
Right.
of the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, also at Sheldon.
Yeah, an athlete also at Sheldon. So these are all recruits that they're targeting. Of course, there's several over the next couple of years they're going to be targeting. But it looks like if they can wrangle in some of these, that for the next couple of years the Ducks should be pretty well set.
Yes, I think so. I think that this is a really good group that they're targeting. So if they can get them to commit, I think the Ducks will be really well. They'll be really good the next few years.
So watch out for the Ducks the next couple of years. It might not be next year, but give them a couple of years. Another 2018 recruit that we want to talk about. This is Talanoa Hufanga. He's a Scout 5-star athlete, and he projects as a safety. Now, what's interesting about him, comes from Oregon.
Right.
Plays at Crescent Valley in Corvallis.
Yes.
He is the highest rated recruit ever from Oregon.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, previous to that was Thomas Tyner. He was ranked, I think, somewhere around 22. Yeah, he is ranked 13 overall nationally.
Wow.
Obviously, the number one ranked athlete in the state of Oregon. And pretty much every college in America is targeting him. His top 10 schools, in no particular order, include Alabama.
And Michigan.
Yeah, got Notre Dame on there.
Yeah.
Oregon, Oregon State, several Pac-12 schools.
Yes.
Of course, they see him. He's out west here.
Right.
So you've got at least 6 or so schools in the Pac-12 that are targeting him. This kid is going to be something.
He really is, and it'll be interesting to see where he lands. Does he choose Oregon State, which is in his backyard, or does he want to get away from home and go somewhere else, like Oregon?
Oregon State, Corvallis is the city that Oregon State is in.
Yes.
And what's interesting, Thomas Tyner, the previous number one ever to come out of Oregon, is playing for the Beavers.
Yes.
This next year.
Yes.
Was at Oregon.
I was at Oregon.
And through an injury, he retired, and now he's coming back. And so, but instead of with Oregon,
right.
now with Oregon State. So it's really interesting to see. We're talking about the number one ever to come out of Oregon, right at Corvallis, and then the previous one was also playing. Is also going to be playing for the Beavers. So, yeah, overall, I think the Ducks should be really excited for the next couple of years, and just overall, they should be building their way back up.
I think so, and I think the fans have a lot to be excited about. A lot with these recruits coming in. Even next year, it's going to be a great class. So
yeah, win or lose, you're hoping for 2017 to kind of take off. And I know that we've talked about a lot of excitement there at Oregon.
Yes.
They want to be back to where they were before. They're hoping that last year was an aberration.
Right.
And so, yeah, going forward, there's a lot of hope.
There is.
A lot of excitement, a lot of, everybody seems to be playing loose and fun. And so, so we'll see how it plays out, because of course, no games have been played yet.
Exactly.
And right now it's just hype.
Yeah. And I think a lot of fans will be excited when the season does start to finally see, this team that they've been hearing about.
Yeah, and Willie Taggart putting his stamp on Oregon. So for now, I'm Dee.
And I'm Gina.
And this has been the FATT Show. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.